AskRedd by Jick Styles. What's your 15 seconds of fame moment? 2-day Jeopardy champion. One of the best experiences of my life. I came here to type the very same answer, even down to the number of wins. But we had 45 minutes of fame, not just 15. When I was 10, I got hit by a car. Dented the fender with my knee, broke the windshield with my back, flew 10 feet when they slammed on the brakes and didn't get hurt. Local paper wrote about it with the title "Boy Hits Car Damaged." Someone sent it to The Tonight Show with Jay Leno, and he talked about me and showed the newspaper clipping with my picture. Said something like, "The Terminator's kid is running around and to be careful." Lol, that's great. I voiced a video game, and when I recently looked up the game reviews on Reddit, people said one of the most annoying aspects of the game is my voice. Lol, that's how I felt about the guy who voiced the MRI machine at my most recent hospital stay. I was complaining about his annoying voice to the nurse. It was him. Oops. I found myself on People of Walmart. Yikes mayo. I was on a Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. I didn't participate, but I was the one who came as a friend for participant. After that episode it aired on the next day at school, I was pretty popular. After 2 days nobody gave a shit anymore. I did the same and got to hear myself on air. I still remember that the question was about where Jimi Hendrix was buried. I ran with the Olympic torch when I was 10 years old in Connecticut. 1996. My grandfather ran in that relay. He won a bronze medal back in the day. We actually got to keep the torch he ran with. It's mounted on a plaque in my parents' house. I once donated a signed piece of TV show merch to a charity auction, and it turned out to be the main attraction that people were really battling over. No one knew it came from me or anything, but it was pretty cool sitting in the audience watching people fight over something I contributed. That's pretty cool. What was the merch show? I was killed at the Red Wedding, Game of Thrones. Who wasn't? I bought the winning ticket for my work lottery group $10 million. Edit. I didn't expect this response. Thanks to all. I tried to answer the questions, but it's not an AMA. Maybe another time. How much did each person end up getting? Was there any drama? Russell Howard asked me a question while he was performing stand-up in a tiny venue, and my panicked answer made him laugh so hard he bought me a drink afterwards. Most of the details of our interaction are lost to adrenaline, sadly, but he was nice. Russell Howard lives about 10 minutes away from me, and I've known a few people who have ran into him and gotten pictures. Yet to hear a bad word about him. I was one of the little kids trick-or-treating in the opening sequence of Halloween Town. That's pretty awesome. Profiled on Humans of New York. Said profile also appears in Humans of NY Stories book. I'm also in the book, first one. It's fun finding yourself in Barnes & Amp, Nobel NGL. I'm the girl. https://imgur.com/a/sebddp. A documentary crew was visiting the hospital I worked at. They were filming the average shifts of doctors and nurses, etc. I didn't want to be part of it, and as I came around the corner, there they all were, coming straight toward me and talking to another nurse. I immediately turned left to get away, tripped over a wet floor sign and fell flat on my face. When the documentary aired, they included the quick talk with the nurse, and all you could see in the background was me run, fall and then see my feet poking out of a cupboard. OMG, this made me laugh out loud. That's an excellent television debut. Cramming a hot dog in my mouth while a famous golf shot was made in a major. It is a run in a lot of sports highlight reels. My best friend's 80-something dad attended a pro golf event and showed up in nearly every photo video, not on purpose. because he kept breaking away from the crowd and walking around the outer edges of each hole. Poor cameraman would try to zoom in or avoid him, and then there he was again. I was on Google Street View. Recognizably. That's global, man. Welcome to the club, friend. An exclusive bunch we are. Prominent on the streets of years current and gone by. Pray tell where and how you ended up on there? I was landscaping a house in Seattle, and as a Street View fanatic I knew that this would forever be the greatest moment of my life. I was on the front page of my local newspaper when I was in preschool. We took a field trip to a farm and they got a nice pic of me holding a little baby chick. Front page, huge picture. I'm kind of a big deal. Edit. The headline was something cheesy like local preschool field trip exceeds expectations with an utterly great time. My name was actually mentioned though. Move over, celebrity. I once won the 3rd grade spelling bee, and my mom framed the article from the school newsletter. Fame knows no bounds. I slapped some choking kid on the back at Disney World when I was 16. His parents didn't realize he was choking. I didn't even know if that was what I was supposed to do. It worked though. The awkward little emo I was hated the amount of attention it got, even if it was only a few minutes worth. I did abdominal thrusts on a woman at a local restaurant while I was like 25 weeks pregnant. Got a good talking to from my DR, but literally no one was helping the woman. I became somewhat known in the retro gaming community for doing this insane YouTube video on an obscure shooter, SHMUP, from 1992. I'd go to cons and get recognized. It was incredibly bizarre but wonderful at the same time. It led to me meeting a somewhat well-known game dev. In 2019 he invited me out to San Francisco to a game release party where I spent the day with a bunch of legendary game devs as well as Macaulay Culkin and Brenda Song. Good times. Never heard of the game, but shmup sounds like a cool name for a hamster. My Google reviews are marked as helpful by thousands. Edit, removed not. One of my pictures has 5 million views. Fucking nuts. I was car spotting and filming cars in London when a Lamborghini caught fire from revving too hard. I had a large bottle of water on hand to help put out the car fire. I was the anonymous guy online who reported a child predator to law enforcement in another country. Dude was a school teacher. Served time thanks largely to the chat logs I sent in. For 2 weeks I had a top 40 rock song. Were you the performer, writer, or both? I was on Good Morning America for about 15-30 seconds. Still have the video saved somewhere. Similar. I was in the Today Show audience in 2010. I roasted a celebrity that shall remain nameless in 2020 on Twitter. So many likes, retweets, replies and bad DMs I ended up getting so scared I deleted my account. I had something similar. Years ago I posted a meme from a different account about an in the news celebrity. It wasn't very nice, but I thought myself clever and that it was funny. It ended up blowing up and making the #1 front page spot. I realized there was a non-insignificant chance that the person that it was about might actually see it, and I feel pretty shitty about that. So I deleted the post and that account. I was on America's Funniest Home Videos. My AFV video Christmas special SIT 2003, https://yahoo.be/nhbbh8zfg0 ? SIVRF1PIFUWQ5 arkevel . Are you the dad or